creative economy. Creative economy is a buzzword, kind of a catch-all. It talks about, on a very basic level, anyone who makes a living from, or aspires to make a living from, creative ideas, creative thoughts. They're intellectual property, fundamental part of that. Creative professionals, these are the people who earn their living creatively. Time's a clicking, man. Creative professionals are the ones who make their living off of ideas. Intellectual property. Intellectual property, artists are often seen as creative professionals, but this also includes game designers, industrial designers, architects, chefs. Intellectual property is a huge catch-all for all sorts of different ideas. At the end of the day, what I love about ideas and what I love about creative economy is it breaks all of the rules of any economic theories whatsoever, because an idea can't be quantified. But what you can measure is the results of a good idea. So according to those measurements, a stat that continues to blow my mind is in 2004, the World Bank said the value of intellectual property in creative economy was $2.7 trillion worldwide. That was 6% of the world economy, and it was growing at 6% a year. That's the world economy. What's really cool is that in the United States and Canada, 45% of the United States GDP was attributable to intellectual property, creative economy. It was bigger than military, it was bigger than manufacturing, it was bigger than resources. Brain power, ideas, was the #1 economic driver in the United States and Canada. 2004, growing at 6% since then. I want to posit to you that artists and entrepreneurs are fundamentally identical. They tend to be pretty crazy, they tend to be pretty passionate, they tend to be pretty poor. But they're extremely driven, extremely focused. What artists and entrepreneurs share is belief. They believe in what they're doing. They fully believe in it entirely with their heart, soul. It is their passion. It is their life. And they'll do anything to defend it. They'll do anything to work towards it. What they also share is the ability to fail, and the ability to fail gloriously. Artists and entrepreneurs are great at failure, but far from crushing them, failure, in fact, is what will define them. It's what makes them better. You learn from failure. You grow from failure. Some of the best artistic work in the world grows from its failures. Something that doesn't work, you continue. You refine your craft. You refine your art. You refine your vision. So what I want to get out of this in terms of entrepreneurs and artists being in the same kind of bailiwick there is the idea that artistic ideas, creative ideas, are a product that has an enormous amount of value. There's a huge value to that. I said before, the #1 economic engine in the Western Hemisphere anyway is ideas. That's the product. Artists and entrepreneurs, to be successful, to really break through, I suggest have to be transformative in their work. They have to be generous. They have to be passionate about what they do, and they have to be very, very brave. It takes guts to be an artist. It takes guts to be an entrepreneur. But that's why I say that skill set are one and the same. It always kind of drives me nuts when people say that art and commerce don't work together, that they're mutually incompatible, that they can't work together. I say that's doing art a disservice, and it's doing commerce a disservice. Because at the end of the day, the business world can do better from artistic principles, and artists can be a little bit better about doing their business. In other words, making their living. I think there's nothing more tragic than a creative professional who has to quell their creativity because they won't allow the professionalism. They have to pay the bills, right? There's nothing more tragic than that. Somebody who has a creative vision and they're not getting paid what they're worth. So there's one thing I want you to take out of this is if you are a creative professional, if you believe in creative expression, you need to demand to get paid what you're worth. Because that chunk of the economy is already there. That money's already out there. It's just yours to grab. The shared value, and the whole idea of being an artist, being a creative professional, is providing value. If you're providing value, you need to collect that value. And the beautiful thing is that shared value is already out there. It's already there. It's yours for the taking. Companies, by the same token, can benefit from creative people. This whole idea, again, at the end of the day, I'm an artist. That does not mean I will work for free. How many creative professionals do you know, quote unquote, give it away? Right? Do you think there's an accountant or a lawyer in town, let alone in the world, who will give away their services for free, routinely, on an ongoing basis for the good of society? They won't. And I say neither should you. There's a value to creativity. You need to support your community, absolutely. But you need to own your value too. You need to believe in what you do, because it does have worth. I would say from the entrepreneurial point of view, and every artist is an entrepreneur, every entrepreneur should be an artist. Nobody owes you anything. You need to work for this. You need to prove your value. You need to get that value out there. You need to work hard for it. If you can't find an audience, you need to work harder to find an audience. But at the end of the day, you need to stand up for who you are, what you do, what you believe in, what you're passionate about, and with any luck, you need to get paid what you're worth so you can have a sustainable living being a creative individual. Thanks.